Give it a 60.
62.
70.
70.
50.
Over scored.
92.
92, okay.
But one of the reasons I like it is that
안녕하십니까, 디에고 베이스볼입니다. 저는 지금 감천문화마을에 도착했고요. 부산을 상징하는 그런 곳이죠. 저도 여기는 처음 와봐가지고, 근데 여기가 되게 외국인 사이에서 되게 인기가 많더라고요. 봤을 때도 되게 알록달록한 그런 아름다움이 새겨지고요. 그 파벨라나 코뮤나 13이랑 다른 느낌이고요. 여기는 빈민촌이 아니죠. 되게 멋지고 아름다운 우리만의 것, 롯데 호텔입니다. 오늘 가는 야구장이 이제 마지막 야구장인 부산에 있는 노래방이죠. 사직 야구장입니다. 되게 많은 이벤트들이 대기하고 있다는 걸 알고 있는데요. 되게 기대가 되고요. 마지막도 잘 정리해 보도록 하겠습니다. 지금이 5시입니다. 지금 평일이고요. 경기 1시간 반 전인데 팬들이 벌써 이렇게 모인 모습을 볼 수가 있습니다. 미쳤습니다. 옛날에는 여기서 일만 했었는데 오늘은 또 외국인 관광객들을 모시고 이렇게 오네요. 뭐 짝짝이 그것 때문에 줄이 엄청나게 서 있는 모습을 볼 수 있고요. 되게 젊은 층의 팬분들이 이렇게 많이 있는 것을 볼 수 있습니다. 최동원 동상으로 향하고 있고요. 또 최동원이 어떤 선수인지 어떤 의미를 가지는지 또 얘기를 해보려고 합니다.
Their last championship was 1992. First championship in 1984 was because of him. Won 4 games out of 7.
So even though they haven't won much, they're still like number 2 most popular team. Or they're really
This is gonna be the number 1 fan base.
number 1.
In Korean baseball.
Sort of
like
like
the Yankees.
Yankees.
Number of
in
fans.
popularity.
Yeah, so you remember the league was founded in 1982, but in 1981 he had a chance to sign with MLB, but he ended up failing. He's also one of the players who make the Korean Players Association, but at the same time he was little like concerns against the league, you know, because he was the one who tried to make the labor.
정말 오래된 야구장이죠. 여기서 시원한 바람이 나옵니다. 그리고 안으로 들어가면 이렇게 경기장이 나오죠. 뭐지? 저희 토요일 날 뵀었죠? 이제 그쪽 야구장에서 뵀었는데 최낙현님이 이렇게 오셨고요. 빵을 사오셨습니다. 이제 빵인데
부산의 명물.
브랜드가 옵스. 옵스지.
OPS 아닙니까?
슐룰 플러스 장타율.
맞습니다.
그쵸. 네, 오늘 투어의 마지막 날이라고 이제 신동민 회장님 또 이렇게 오신 것 같네요. 여기 테이블석 좌석이 32,000원입니다. 평일에. 생각해보면 저기 베네수엘라랑 뭐 도미니카랑 다를 바가 없어요. 근데 가격대가 좀 비슷한 것 같아요. 그러니까 좀 저렴한 느낌? 굉장히 저렴한 느낌? 생각해보면 또 외국인들한테도 물어보면 되게 저렴하다라고 이렇게 얘기를 하더라고요.
외국인들은 저렴하다고 생각하지만요, 외국인들은 표를 구할 수가 없어요.
그쵸. 하기가 어렵죠. 슬래퍼를 사봤습니다. 여기 보시면은 11번 최동원 선수의 번호가 있고요. 영국 1번이겠죠. 그리고 오른쪽에 보시면 10번 이리오 선수의 번호가 이렇게 박혀 있습니다. 롯데를 상징하는 그 두 전설의 선수의 넘버가 이렇게 있습니다. 감동이 있다.
What do you think about the recycle culture in the baseball stadium? You see all the recycle section, right?
Yeah, I like it. In America, it's basically one bin. Everything goes in one bin. And here, it's good that they separate everything. And everyone picks up after themselves. But I wish it was in English because I never know what to put. I have to look to the side and then sort it out.
You've been ballpark all over the world. Compared to the whole ballpark that you have been, how's the restroom conditions in Korea? The banyo, how it is, like the cleanness and like in overall.
I would say average. I'd say people take better care of the bathrooms here than in America. But in America, I think maybe they have more frequent cleaning. Depends where you are. Japan is very clean ballparks. Compared to Latin America, it's definitely much cleaner here. I noticed that there's pretty much never like paper towels, or that part is not ideal. I'd say it's a little above average. It's not perfect, sparkling clean. I like it when the bathroom's air conditioned. It's not always, but sometimes you walk in, it's very nice. It's air conditioned. But I think the American Major League bathroom is nicer than an average American bathroom because they have lots of. Americans tend to trash the bathroom. Koreans keep the bathroom clean.
You had a group of infant kids and guys who have some physical issues. How do you think about the ballpark having like convenience for those people?
I would say that it is quite low convenience for us.
Low
people.
convenience,
Yeah. Because only one ballpark we went to had escalators. All of them you had to walk up to get to.
Stairs.
The stairs are steep, like right here, the stairs are very steep. For a child or an infant, the little small children is very loud. Like it's hard to escape the noise, which is fun as a fan, but if you're trying to bring a child, it's difficult. They did have a nice mother's room, nursing room, which is good, but that's, I think, pretty standard at most ballparks. But I think that, in general, the stadiums are a little bit harder to navigate. In America, they have the ADA laws, which require that all ballparks have full accessibility for anyone with physical disabilities. So, for example, if someone is in a wheelchair, they should be able to get to almost anywhere in the stadium. And yeah, lots of walking up and down. So, like in American ballparks, usually it's either sunken or they have an escalator to go up. But here, pretty much everywhere, you have to walk up to get into the stadium. So yeah, I'd say it's not very accommodating compared to America. In Japan, it's the same, and pretty much everywhere around the world is the same. But in America, they have special laws where you have to accommodate.
타직에서 가장 높은 곳에 올라와 있습니다. 이렇게 중앙에 그 부산의 상징인 광안리를 보여주는 여기 올라오니까 바람도 많이 불고 되게 시원하고 좋네요. 경사가 많습니다. 그래서 높은 곳에서 이렇게 또 야구를 볼 수가 있고요. 위로
Sajik Baseball Stadium. 2280. Rating.
50 average. Good crowd. I like the crowd and the pregame atmosphere. Like lots of fans come early, very festive. The stadium itself is nice views, but the structure is nothing special. It's kind of strange how much space there is behind like the dugouts and everything is set back. But it's a nice atmosphere.
50. Good ballpark. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how big it is with the capacity, but it's. I like the way the field's in really good shape. Okay. And it's pretty deep to the outfield, which is good. And the seems to be pretty easy to navigate, so I like it.
60.
60.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nice. I forgot why. I had a reason. We got spoiled by the other stadiums. That's why.
92.
92, okay.
58. But one reason I like it in that I like that there are a lot of fans here tonight.
Today was full capacity.
Yeah. How many did they seat here?
About 23,000.
I like that. Yeah, I mean the way they have it set up, when you get food and all that, you can't see the field and all that.
Like the concourse. Conceit.
Yeah, right. The way the new parks are built, like if you go to Hiroshima and all that, it's all you can see everything.
Give it a 60. 60. Yeah. I like the natural grass. I like the fans here. I like that the place is full. And I like that they have seats all the way around.
62. Field looks good. Everything looks good. A couple of things you can see them wear, but in general, it's nice. Good scoreboard. Needs a ribbon for more points.
50. It's an old stadium. The good thing about it is that there are a lot of bathrooms all around the stadium. But then it's a very old stadium. It's very small. The hallways are very narrow. good fans, but and you cannot walk around the whole stadium. I think you get stopped over there. Very confusing. Yeah, again, very tight, small, old facility. Outside looks good though.
Okay. 85. Over score.
I pre-scored. On the I pre-scored.
70.
70.
재밌게 잘 보셨는지 모르겠습니다. 어떻게 하다 보니까 그 10일간의 일정을 이렇게 마쳤고요. 7개 야구장을 외국인과 함께 투어로 이렇게 마무리했습니다. 되게 즐거워하셨고요. 심지어 뭐 팁을 주겠다 뭐 이런 분도 계셨는데 그 정도였고 성공적인 투어가 아니었나라고 이렇게 생각됩니다. 이번에는 8, 9월이 아니라 좀 덥지 않은 4, 5, 5월에 이렇게 한번 해보자 라고 해서 내년에는 좀 더 일찍 한번 해볼 것 같습니다. 다음에도 이렇게 또 야구장 평가를 할 거니까요. 야구도 열심히 감사하겠습니다. 어떤 유명한 분이 부산의 그 인구가 감소하고 있는 거를 관광산업으로 해봐야 된다라고 하셨던 분이 기억납니다. 굉장히 공감했고 그런 일자리를 늘릴 수 있는 방법 중 하나가 그걸 디펜스 할 수 있는 방법 중 하나가 관광산업이라고 생각했고 특히 외국인을 타겟으로 하는 거라고 생각했습니다. 그 중에 뭐 야구도 뭐 할 수 있는 게 있지 않을까 해서 해봤던 게 지금 투어겠고요. 그리고 이 투어를 이렇게 마칩니다. 엄청 예쁘네요. 예, 사직 야구장 마지막으로 떠납니다.
Good and trusting me with your travel.